Mensch on a Bench by Joan Liman. Summary: a one-act play about an unorthodox way for adult Jews to find partners for their single moms. Settings: the play takes place in two New York City apartments, the Gross residence, a modest apartment on the Upper West Side, and the posh Sutton Place penthouse of Louis Ullman. Time: mid-October 2016. Scene 1. Nancy sits dressed in a nightgown at the kitchen table, phone cradled to her ear, while she peruses a section of the Sunday New York Times. A radio is heard in the background, tuned to a news station broadcasting a Trump rally in a Midwestern state.
Mom, stop shouting. Literally, stop. Take a breath and count to 10. I can hear you perfectly fine.
Gets up to lower the radio and returns to her seat.
So you received another letter from the co-op board about the maintenance being overdue. Well, did the letter say how much the maintenance is being raised? Okay, calm down. Just put it aside for me and I will pick it up when I stop by tomorrow to drop off the med alert device I ordered for you. I know you hate the idea of the paramedics bursting into your apartment unannounced and finding you in your nightgown, but would you rather have a heart attack and drop dead? Well, with Daddy gone, there is nobody around to call 911. Yes, I know you can never forgive him for looting the pension fund and running off with Danaz, but it doesn't change the fact that you're a single woman with a heart condition living alone. Mom, oh God, we've gone over this before. I know she's your namesake and she would want you to be happy, but Bobby plans to live at home until she can land a decent paying job after grad school. And she saves up enough money to afford her own place.
Hugh enters holding a shopping bag.
Ooh, hot bagels from Zabar's. Yum.
She takes one and hungrily bites into it.
Okay, gotta go. Bye.
She hangs up, motions Hugh to join her. Instead, he goes to turn off the radio.
Can't stand listening to that crap. Look, I know you like to keep up with politics, but what's the point? He's never going to beat Hillary come November. So let me guess. You were on with Roberta again. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Listen to her organ recital again?
Yes.
So what did it sound like this time?
Oh, my gallbladder has to come out and I may need a pacemaker. And there's a growth on my thyroid. It looks very suspicious.
Did she have any non-medical complaints?
Actually, yes. And quite a legitimate one. The co-op board announced it's raising the maintenance by $500 a month, effective April 15th.
Well, that's 6 months from now.
I know, but Sheldon, her financial advisor, advised that she ought to start looking for a cheaper place right now because the little money that my father didn't take from their pension fund will probably run out by then.
Oh, God. Only Miles could be swept up in a catfishing scheme that had a happy ending.
I know. What did she expect from him? He literally married him on a dare. I mean, who would have imagined the person who was extorting money from him actually turned out to be a beautiful 35-year-old woman named Danaz, and who was truly afraid of her abusive husband in Mumbai and just wanted the money for a plane ticket to England and a flat in London.
Right? And who would have believed that when he flew into Heathrow, she would be there to meet him and that he would fall madly in love at first sight and decide to leave his no longer beautiful wife, twice her age, and move into the flat with her.
Yeah, not even Dr. Phil. He turned me down twice. Yeah, I wrote asking to come on his show with my mother.
You never told me that.
I didn't want to get your hopes up. Plus, his producer laughed at me and slammed the phone down. He probably thought I was trying to catfish Dr. Phil.
Listen, I suppose Roberta again brought up the issue of coming to live with us?
Oh, yeah, not much supposing there.
Is she also still hinting that since you are going to be an empty nester when Bobby moves out, that you ought to consider going back to work so you won't be bored, when what she really means is so that you can help her go back to living in the manner to which your dad accustomed her?
Yes, and yes.
Well, I hope you emphatically told her no and no.
Yeah, but Sheldon's scared straight spiel worked its magic, and now she feels like it's even more necessary for her to come live with us. before she gets evicted.
Over my dead body.
That's it.
You want me dead?
No, silly. Someone else's spouse. We need to find a rich, retired, newly widowed guy for her to marry, or at least move in with. A Jewish Mensch who owns his own apartment, preferably on the Upper East Side, so she can still shop in the same stores and go to the same beauty parlors she used to forever. And it would also be very nice if he owned a condo in Florida, for her arthritis.
Where's all this coming from?
Shows him the paper she's been reading.
Right here.
What, the obituary column? Nancy, I really think you're suffering from PTRS.
What?
PTRS, post-traumatic Roberta syndrome.
Damn right I am. Just hear me out. Okay, it costs a lot of money to have an obituary published in the Times. And so the longer the column, the more expensive it is. Plus, it's got biographical detail in it. It's got either maybe a photo, so anyone reading it could learn a lot about the deceased as well as the family. So here, let me read you one. Okay. Abigail Ullman of Manhattan and West Palm Beach passed away October 18th after a long illness. She had a lifelong passion for music and decorating and was celebrated for her needlepoint expertise, which she shared during the many years she taught arts and crafts. Abigail served on the boards of several national nonprofit organizations, including the ACLU, the ASPCA, and the NCJW. Locally, she was active member of the Sutton area community group known as SAC. It was there that Abigail was able to put her love of flowers to good use by chairing the neighborhood beautification project. She is survived by her husband, Louis Ullman, who has a renowned career as a probate court judge prior to retiring, widely admired for his integrity, compassion, and sense of fairness. Abigail took to calling him my Mensch on a bench after he received an award from the New York Legal Aid Society early in his career. She also leaves behind her.
All right, enough. I get it. He sounds terrific. So how do you intend to land him?
Simple. The last sentence of the obit often tells where and when the family will be receiving visitors for condolence calls.
Let me see that. Let me see. All right. Following funeral services at Beth Moses Cemetery in Farmingdale, Shiva will be at the Ullman residence at 26 Sutton Place, New York City, beginning Sunday, October 20th from 1 p.m. through sundown on Friday, October 25th. Donations can be made to Temple Emmanuel in New York City. So?
Oh gosh, don't you remember the movie The Wedding Stalkers? Luke Wilson and Will Ferrell, they play two bachelor law partners who stake out fancy weddings and crash them by boning up on the backgrounds of the guests. And
so they can bone them.
Yes, exactly. Only in this case, I am the stalker looking for someone to bone my mother.
Well, a good shtup might take her mind off of her financial woes. All right. Okay, Sherlock Holmes. How do you intend to get past the doorman of this swanky East Side building?
Simple. I'll say my mother used to volunteer at SAC with the late Mrs. Ullman. When she lived around the corner, she moved to the Upper West Side to be nearer to me, and she's been out of town visiting friends, but saw the Times obituary and asked me to make a condolence call on her behalf.
Oh, well, say he buys it and you get on up to the apartment. You're going to have to make small talk still with the family members of this Abigail.
This column is my crib sheet. I can tell them how much Roberta admired her needlepoint skills, adored animals, and enjoyed digging in the dirt with her to plant flowers.
Okay, well, so far I'm following. But I don't quite see how this helps to lead to a shidduch between this Mr. Ullman and your mother.
I'll think of something along the way.
What do you mean?
Well, Shiva starts this afternoon, and I want to get there before the brisket brigade arrives.
The what?
Oh, you know, Abigail's single lady friends and neighbors bearing Tupperware containing fat and laden condolence comfort foods that's been schlepped all over New York City by these desperately lonely women who hope to land a man.
Tosses him a kiss and runs off. He takes newspaper and reads. End of scene 1. Scene 2, setting, later that same day in the Ullman apartment. Louis, his daughter-in-law Carol, and her 2 children are sitting Shiva. In keeping with Jewish burial tradition, Louis and Carol sit on low wooden boxes, and the room's mirrors and photos are covered with sheets. Grandchildren Peter and Meredith sit across from them on a couch. The door to the apartment is ajar. Nancy knocks tentatively, then enters holding a shopping bag.
Come in, come in. I don't believe we've met. I'm Abigail's daughter-in-law, Carol.
Motions Nancy to sit on couch next to Peter. She returns.
I am Nancy Gross, Roberta Gross's daughter. She used to live in the neighborhood. They met during one of the needlepoint classes Abigail taught, and then she recruited my mom to join SAC.
I don't recall Abigail ever mentioning anyone by that name.
What's SAC?
It stands for Sutton Area Community. That's Snooty Neighborhood Association, whose members think installing poop dispensers every 50 feet along Sutton Place is the best way to save the environment.
Well, I, for one, appreciate not having to watch out for canine feces every 50 feet when I go out for a walk.
Oh, God forbid your $350 pair of Bally wingtips might get sullied by dog shit on your way to Wall Street.
Come on, you two. Mind your manners. Go on, Nancy. I'd like to hear more about how you knew my dear Abigail.
Oh, well, they became friendly when Abigail chaired the SAC's beautification project. Roberta helped her plant tulips and install those little black wrought iron fences around all the trees along East 57th Street, between First Avenue and Sutton Place.
That's probably why her name doesn't ring a bell. My mother-in-law had so many botanical buddies, I couldn't keep track of them.
Plus, Carol has a black thumb, so she usually tuned out when Abigail would start in about her love of horticulture.
Well, my mom heard about Abigail's passing from another SAC member, and since my father's been gone, she's been living up by me on the Upper West Side, so she's been out of town for the past few weeks, and she asked me to make this Shiva call for her. And since she told me about Abigail's passion for gardening, I thought I'd bring these instead of food.
Takes a bouquet from bag and hands it to Carol.
Lovely, thank you. Although Abigail wasn't very enamored of chrysanthemums, let me go put them in water anyway.
Good choice, nonetheless. Poppy's fridge is already overflowing with tin-foiled covered casserole dishes.
There's enough brisket on the shelves to make this place into Katz's deli.
My mom's brisket is even better than Kat's.
I used to love Grandma Abby's brisket until I saw a video of the incredibly inhumane way the cattle were treated on the way to the slaughterhouse. Ever since then, I've been a vegetarian.
Oh, well, I've always loved brisket.
Well, my mom uses the recipe from the old NCJW cookbook. Your wife probably has a copy of it too.
What's NCJW?
Oh, the National Council of Jewish Women.
Excuse me?
The obituary said Abigail has been a member of the NCJW.
True, the National Council of Jehovah's Witnesses.
I don't understand. I just assumed because of the last name and, well, you know, obviously the Jewish burial rites that Abigail was Jewish.
Don't you know, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. Her maiden name was Abigail Adams Johnson, and she grew up on a farm in North Carolina. Dad met her at a USO canteen where he was stationed at Fort Bragg right before Pearl Harbor.
That reminds me, Poppy, is Fort Bragg named after a Confederate general? One of my classmates in my woke studies seminar said so, and I told her that couldn't possibly be true.
Woke.
Now, it's a term used to refer to the cultural push to be acutely aware of the injustices of the world and demonstrate an understanding of institutional biases such as racism, classism, and the like.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, you forget. I majored in American history at a Ivy League university. And believe it or not, I do believe I read other parts of the newspaper besides the financial section.
Not now, please.
It was love at first sight. But we didn't get married until several years after the war, and I didn't ask her to convert because her religion was still very important to her back then. Over time, she came to embrace Judaism, and since she agreed to raise our son Donald Jewish, it seemed like a moot point. But when she took ill and was told she didn't have long to live, she offered to convert so that we could be buried together beside each other in a Jewish cemetery.
So I'm guessing what? You read her obituary, figured Dad was a real catch, and decided to crash our Shiva as a pretext to set him up with your mother? I can't believe you would stoop so low. The audacity.
The chutzpah. I've got to hand it to you. That's some plan you came up with. Shiva stalking? You are a hoot, my dear.
Poppy, don't encourage her. We should have her arrested for gaining entry into our premises under false pretenses. Ms. Gross, if you don't leave this apartment immediately, I will call the police.
Mother, don't you think the police have better things to do with their time?
Yeah, my sociology professor says that Camden, New Jersey, one of the most crime-ridden areas in the United States, disbanded their entire police force in the 1990s and reconfigured it by hiring social workers and mental health counselors to handle domestic disputes. Let us hope someday other cities will come to their senses and do the same thing.
Meredith, this is not the time for one of your social justice diatribes. Your father is probably turning over in his grave, knowing his hard-earned money is paying your tuition at Oberlin so you can spout such PC drivel.
Calm down, everyone. Nancy, you're not going anywhere. Come, sit here next to me. Carol, go get the woman something to drink and get one for yourself as well. She's usually had at least 2 vodka martinis by this time of the day, but she figured she ought to stay sober for the funeral.
Carol reluctantly exits.
So, Nancy, tell me a little bit about yourself. Married?
Yes, I've been married to you for 31 years.
Well, that would make me a bigamist now, wouldn't it?
Oh, no. I, of course not. What I meant was, okay, my husband's name is Hugh. Hugh. Like Hugh Hefner.
Oh, what a smarmy hedonist he is, making a fortune by objectifying women and pandering to the lustful appetites of randy guys everywhere. Did you know that in Japan, men embraced the Hefner philosophy and way of life when the Playboy organization opened clubs there several years ago?
Well, my Hugh is nothing like that. He's a dedicated family lawyer who specializes in elder care.
He comes into a lot of contact with women like your mother who are on their own.
Yes.
Sociology studies show that after age 70, women outnumber men as much as 4 to 1 and often turn to their offspring for companionship, financial support after the death of a spouse or significant
Well, that's depressing.
Tell me about it.
Do you and Hugh have any children?
Oh, yeah, one. My daughter, Roberta. She's 25. Oh, look, here is a photo of both of them taken last year at my nephew's wedding.
Stunning. Your daughter looks a lot like your mother.
Didn't you say your mother's name was Roberta?
Yes, and I know what you're thinking. Jews are supposed to name their offspring after deceased family members to honor their memory.
And from what you've told us, your mother is still very much alive.
Yes. Well, you know, I had a very difficult pregnancy and the doctors warned me not to have any more children, and realizing the only shot my mother had at being memorialized was to defy tradition, she begged us to name our daughter after her. So to put an end to the Nujina, I proposed a compromise. You and I decided that the name listed on the birth certificate would be Roberta, but we would introduce her to the world as Bobby.
I'm guessing if the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, your mother must be a real piece of work.
Oh, you have no idea.
End of scene 2. Scene 3, 1 year later, kitchen of the Gross apartment. Nancy sits at a table, smiling dreamily, coffee in one hand and the Sunday Times style section in the other. Hugh enters, dressed in jogging attire, wearing earmuffs and a towel around his neck.
Oh, it's nice to see you. Finally got that great ass of yours out of bed and into a kitchen chair. You were still snoring when I left to go jogging at 11:30.
I know, I couldn't fall asleep.
So why didn't you take the melatonin I got you? Or those CBD gummy thingamajigs that you bought last week when you went to that Aging in Place conference in Woodstock with Meredith's friend and met that Wiccan woman. What was her name? Oh, Coyote.
She is not Wiccan. She's just like a leftover hippie who's into crystals and stuff. Anyway, last night was so magical. I found myself wanting to keep replaying it in my mind.
Yeah, me too. It's not often that you let me do that thing I like most in bed.
Eat cookies?
Well, I barely had anything to eat all night long. I mean, what with all the table hopping and dancing and backslapping going on, I was famished by the time we got home. And since you were too busy primping all last week to go shopping, those cookies that they handed out as we left the wedding reception were the only thing between me and starvation at 2 a.m. Oh, look at that. I'm happy to see that you are taken to perusing other sections of the newspaper besides the obituaries.
Here it is. Read it to me.
And let me see. Peter Eric Ullman and Roberta Gross were married last night at the Hotel Pierre in New York City. Rabbi Philip Horowitz officiated along with Meredith Ullman, the groom's sister, who was ordained online for the occasion through the Ecumenical Ministries of Reconciliation, Reparations, and Restorative Justice. She participated remotely via Skype from Afghanistan, where she works at the ministry's program to stop honor killings.
Have you ever heard of anything like that?
What, honor killings?
No, marrying somebody over the internet.
No, but I thought it was really innovative and cost effective. I mean, it saved Meredith having to pay airfare to travel halfway around the world and back.
You mean Carol. Meredith is a volunteer. She barely has enough spending money to buy a new pair of jeans. And if she had come, she probably would have shown up wearing a borrowed burqa, which would have just embarrassed the hell out of her mother.
True. But would you have preferred if Bobby and Peter had decided to hold a destination wedding in Kandahar so his sister could take part in the ceremony? Listen, I have a feeling that this remote technology will become more and more popular in a few years.
Oh, stop dreaming and finish reading.
All right, let's see. The bride is the daughter of Nancy and Hugh R. Gross. Jesus, Nancy, why didn't you spell out my middle name when you sent the notice into the Times?
I did. Maybe they edited it to conform to their style guide. I don't know.
Or maybe the editor has a nasty sense of humor and saw an opportunity to plant an inside joke. No, it brings me back memories of how tortured I was growing up, having a middle initial that made me the subject of ridicule at every commencement ever since kindergarten. You are gross. Hey, Stinky, take a shower, why don't you?
Well, you have your mother to thank for that. She's the one who insisted on using Rhett as your middle name because she loved it ever since she read Gone with the Wind, which, according to Meredith, is a movie that needs to be remade and to illustrate the true evils of slavery and present the real history, warts and all.
Don't do that.
Do what?
Change the subject to distract me.
Oh, get over it already. You're a grown man, and besides, you're no longer the only one in the family whose initials are ripe for ridicule. your new son-in-law. P-E-U. P-U.
Picks up paper and continues to read.
The bride, known as Bobby, received a graduate degree in computer science from NYU. She is the chief information officer at a Mensch for Mom, an online computer dating site for adult Jewish children seeking significant others for their mothers. The groom, Peter Ullman, serves as CEO of a Mensch for Mom, founded by his paternal grandfather, Louis Ullman. It all began when taking cues from an obituary column and used the playbook of a rom-com movie. Bobby's mother, Nancy, passed herself off as the daughter of a friend of Louis's dearly departed wife, Abigail, during a condolence call. And the bereaved widower sensed a germ of an idea for a novel business venture in her unorthodox scheme, gearing this new dating site to single Jewish women of a certain age. Impressed by Nancy's moxie, Louis recruited her to help develop the site and serve as its spokeswoman. He then hired her daughter as an IT consultant and to create its unique platform. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Or, as Meredith would say, her story. You know, it's hard to believe that just a little over a year ago, we sat right here and wondered, how do you solve a problem like Roberta?
I may not have found a man for my mom, but I did snare a husband for our daughter.
Yes, you did. Plus, thanks to Louis's generous profit-sharing plan, we now have a second home in the Berkshires that we can move to permanently if we should ever need to escape city life. And your mother is now happily ensconced in a luxury condominium in beautiful West Palm Beach with shuttle service to the domains of the wealthiest men on Worth Avenue, you know, Versace, Valentino, Ferragamo, without worrying about winding up as a nice vida points for some old codger just to be able to afford living there.
Ooh, all thanks to the power of the press. I know your preference is the Wall Street Journal, but you've got to admit that in this case, all the news that is fit to print and all that I needed was right here in the New York Times.
End of play. All right, now introducing our cast. Playing Nancy, we have Heather Kreuger. Hugh, played by Peter Librach. Carol, played by Dalia Aleman. Peter, played by Sean William Davis. Meredith, played by Alex Frost, and Louis by Clayton Phillips. And also we have our director, Amy London, and we'd like to acknowledge our writer, Joan Liman.
Leaving Evelyn by Kathy Kafer. Directed by Linda Selman. Cast: Stephanie Schwartz as Evelyn, Joe Spieler as Morris, Mikael Deckelbaum as Nate, Marsha-Ann Hay as Susan. The year is 2010. It's late summer afternoon outside Nate and Susan's suburban home. Their house has a large yard that starts on one side of the house and meanders into the back, where a barbecue grill has already been fired up. There's also a table and chairs, as well as an adjoining garden. With effort and at a painfully slow pace, Morris is dragging 2 large suitcases up the walk to the house. He is followed by Evelyn, who's carrying only her pocketbook. Susan and Nate are still inside the house.
A few minutes is so long to wait. I was just to the men's room.
I told you I had to go.
Ladies' room. No, this is not where you go.
Where else would I go?
Oh, no, this is not possible. A very nice woman I find. I tell her to go into the ladies' room and look for you.
Oh, I saw that girl. The one with her bosom hanging.
She tells me you were not in there.
Oh, you couldn't find someone with more clothes on.
I do not know where you went.
And so young.
Oh, come on, you cannot possibly think that I would even look.
A woman, a girl, a pretty girl without any clothes.
But Poopsie.
Don't you poopsie me.
Mom.
Listen.
Oh, hello.
You look great, Ma. Doesn't she look great?
Oh, please.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's like you never get a day older.
Oh, you wouldn't say that if you'd ever seen me back when. I tell you, the boys used to follow me home in packs like wild dogs. I had to fight them off for dear life. Well, I didn't always fight that hard. A girl's got to have some fun.
You're too much.
Oh, yeah, way too much.
Really, I could do with some fun.
All right, so how was the drive up?
Long, very long. And there's much I need to speak to you about.
I've got tons of food. I hope you're hungry.
Susan's only been cooking for days.
Well, I've got to freshen up. I must look dreadful. My hair is a mess.
Oh, don't be silly, Ev. You look lovely.
I need a new stylist, someone who can work miracles.
It is fine. You have no need for miracles.
Oh, men, what do they know?
So you guys tired? Maybe you want to go lie down? The guest room's all ready.
Oh, it's ready for royalty. You won't even recognize it.
New curtains, new bedspread, and a fresh coat of paint, a beautiful color called Healthy Glow.
And Susan, mwah, she did it all by herself.
This is most impressive.
I used to do a lot of decorating. When you were little, remember, Nate?
Not so much, Ma.
I was quite ahead of my time, mixing patterns and styles when the rest of the world was into matchy-matchy and white, white, white. Oh, my God, it was like a religion. Every wall had to be white, and there I was in love with color.
I hope you like it. Oh, I should have sent you some swatches.
Don't worry, I'm sure she'll love it.
Oh, did you get a new mattress too? The old one was terrible.
Oh, like a princess, my Evelyn. Always feeling the pea.
My mom, the princess.
Oh, the two of you look so tired. Nate, why don't you get their things and carry to their room?
Oh, you sure packed a lot for a weekend.
Now, this is my Evelyn. An outfit for every mood, and sometimes two.
Well, I refuse to be a little old lady in sneakers and a warm-up suit. Someone who thinks all you need is drugstore lipstick to look good.
Never. That's so not you.
Okay, well, I'm going to take your stuff up to the guest room.
Nate, the other suitcase.
No, it's not a problem. I can...
No. I'll do it.
Besides, I do not believe this is where you go, the ladies' room.
What?
Next time I tell you to wait, I want you to wait for me.
What are you going on about?
I'm sick.
Well, you can stop worrying now, Mr. Bossy Pants.
Yes, I do believe you will be fine here, like royalty they plan to treat you.
Oh, I hope my room isn't too awful. The poor girl has no taste, no sense of style.
I'm sure the room, it is lovely, but even if it is not, that is what you will say.
She's such a plain little mouse. Are you coming?
Not yet, my poopsie.
No?
No, a moment first to smell the fresh grass, a chair where I can sit and feel the breeze.
Oh, but don't fall asleep out here. Come in if you're going to take a nap.
No, I have no need to sleep now. I will go into the garden.
You do realize she's not Martha Stewart. The room is beautiful. She just has to ruin everything.
Oh, poor Nate. Still feeling sad that she never went to your games and missed all your parent-teacher conferences?
I never said all.
How about you give it a rest? You're not a kid anymore.
Oh, you sure about that?
Very. Can't you just relax and enjoy?
Relax.
Yeah, relax.
Relax.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, so this is how grown-ups relax. Oh, Morris.
I didn't realize you were here. You want something to drink?
I thought you were getting stuff from the car or something like that.
No, thank you.
So, how are you feeling? You feeling okay?
Fine, fine.
Okay, good. By the way, Morris, do you know about this?
It's a silver spoon.
Not just a silver spoon, a whole set of silver for 18 in Evelyn's suitcase.
The whole set.
You think she wants to give it to us?
I mean, obviously she probably...
No, I would not be so sure.
But she knows how much I love her silver.
And yet, I do not think that...
Besides, you don't like it that much.
You mean you don't?
I can't get all that excited about silver.
Not even Chantilly Gotham. She told me she and your dad picked it out together at the original Fortunoffs in Brooklyn. Mrs. Fortunoff herself sold it to them.
My dad's? She really should have given it to me before.
Well, she's giving it to us now.
No, please, to listen. Is this what Evelyn tells you? That she's giving to you the silver?
Why else would she bring it?
That's so sweet of her.
That's my mom, all right. A real heart of silver.
Are you okay, Morris?
Some water. Go get him a glass of water.
No, Gatorade for his electrolytes.
Oh,
We have?
No, thank you. I do not need...
Just water then.
I know we've got Gatorade.
No, nothing, please.
Should we call your doctor?
No, no.
Okay.
You just want a moment, right? Is that what you're trying to tell us, to catch your breath?
Is something wrong, Morris?
I'm getting him the water.
Gatorade.
I think it's his heart.
Do they want to operate?
What are they talking, a transplant?
No, not me. Your mother.
Oh, no.
But she looks great.
I'll take her to Columbia. I know someone there.
No, not her health. Her health, it's fine.
Oh, thank God.
Fine, then what?
This business with the silver is not the first odd thing that she does.
Well, what's so odd about giving us her silver?
Yeah, if indeed that is what she means to do.
Well, she did pack it.
I'll go talk to her, see what's up.
No, please. I want you should get her upset.
Don't worry, Morris. I think I know how to talk to my mother.
Yes, I know that. You do, but still.
What?
He just means you'll probably end up upsetting her anyway. Come on, Nate. It's only been they've been married for 15 years.
No, 23.
Oof, that long.
Wonderful years. Yes. And your mother, she's behaving in ways that are very odd.
Nothing new there.
No, she goes out to the store. She cannot find her way home. And this is the same store she goes to for many years.
She always did have a lousy sense of direction. When I was a kid, it was up to me to find our way home.
Many things she forgets.
Don't you do that too, Morris?
No, but not the names, not the words. I do not forget what a dishwasher is for, or how to make a tuna fish sandwich.
On the phone, she sounds perfectly normal.
Yeah, it's been a long time that you have not been down to see us.
I've got to work, or did you forget?
Nate, your mother, I'm sorry to say, she has Alzheimer's.
No. No way.
Poor Evelyn.
We'll get a second opinion.
Yeah, this I've already done.
Then a third.
Yeah, if it will make you feel better, but...
Aren't there new drugs on the market, exercises, treatments?
If she even has it.
That is not a question.
To you, maybe.
I shouldn't have left her alone.
I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, most of the time she is, but...
But what?
Sometimes she's not.
So now she's got sometimes Alzheimer's.
Put some hot dogs on the grill. I'll go inside and check on her.
You know, Morris, A heads up would have been nice, even if this sometimes Alzheimer's turns out to be nothing.
Yeah, many times I think to call, but I do not know how to say.
It's been going on a while, whatever it is.
Yeah, but now it is most difficult. I mean, I'm not a man who cooks, who does the dishes, but every night I must to cook the dinner. I make our lunch, our breakfast too. I sort the laundry into colors. I run the washing machine, the dryer, and to change the filter for the water purifier in the refrigerator.
That sounds to me like you were taking her for granted.
And much, much more.
So maybe you need a vacation. How long you want to stay?
We stay until it becomes too much for you.
Oof, that long, huh?
As long as you want her to stay, that is how long Evelyn stays.
So what are you thinking? A week, 2?
It's not for me to say.
I'll talk to Susan. You'll stay a while.
Yeah, this is most kind of you.
Well, she is my mother, Morris.
Of me, I know you will get tired very soon.
Get off it, Morris. We get along just fine.
No, I do not wish to make this even more difficult. You do not need also the tension between us.
Tension? What tension?
You think I do not hear how your voice gets that tone when you speak to me?
No, please, Morris. You've only been married to my mother for 15 years.
23.
Right. And suddenly you don't like the way I talk.
Nathan, I'm not a stupid man. And it's only natural that you feel this way toward the man who took your father's place.
So it's never been close. It's no big deal.
Yeah, to me, it is a big deal. Especially now.
But it's not like I haven't tried.
Yeah, I've never understood this business of trying. When I was young, there was none of this trying. If you were not happy, it's not so important to survive.
I know, Morris, you've had a very hard life, yes.
Yeah, you say you know, but you do not know. You have not the first idea.
And whose fault is that? When have you ever really talked to me?
Yeah, what does it matter? I mean, I had many wonderful years with my Evelyn, but now the times are hard again. And all the time, Evelyn is confused. She thinks, pains me to say, she thinks there's another woman in my life.
Is there?
Ah, you dare to accuse me?
I guess that means no.
I would never.
I was just kidding. I don't even know how you'd find the time.
This is not a funny joke.
You're the one that brought it up, not me.
Yes, well, in any event, she will be in good hands here with you and Susan.
Yeah, I get it. You need a break.
A break?
All those chores.
And caring for her too. This I do not even mention.
Yeah, I got it. So you'll rest up. When you get back home, you'll feel much better.
Better? There is no better.
Of course there is. There always is.
Yeah. You think this because you are young?
Young? With a kid in college.
And you have never suffered.
Morris, my dad died. I was just a kid.
Yeah, everyone dies. I mean, sooner or later, we all must go. Yeah, is it better to go when you're so old that you do not remember who you are?
Okay, Morris, so how long a break do you need?
She will not miss me. You know, many times she calls me Bernie, your father.
Yeah, she calls me Bernie. She calls Daniel Bernie. She calls everyone Bernie.
Yeah, when she's here, Evelyn will forget me completely. This I am certain.
You're planning to come back, aren't you? I mean, you got to take her home.
This is her home now.
Wait a second. You don't mean that you're going to...
Oh, you want to both of us?
But you can't just leave her here.
I cannot take care of her anymore.
What are you talking about? She's perfectly fine.
Well, if not here, then there's always a nursing home.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
You don't want to know.
She was fine, by the way. And when I asked her about the silver, she said she was afraid Morris was going to steal it. Can you believe that?
Actually, I think I can.
No, Nathan, please. I do not want the silver. It was a wedding present to her and your father. I'm not that kind of man.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Nate.
How much you figure it goes for? A set of 18?
No, I don't have the slightest.
Take a wild guess. What do you say? $5,000, $10,000, $15,000?
So much money.
Or more? Tell me you couldn't use that.
I think it is time for me to leave.
Good idea.
And don't be silly. You'll stay for dinner. Morris. Talking of which, Nate, those hot dogs smell a little burned.
Yeah.
It's okay. I know you love them burnt.
I will not be eating dinner here.
But I made a low salt marinade just for you.
I'm sorry, I have not the appetite.
Oh, please, Nate. Don't let him go away angry. Your mother will be so upset.
My mother? Why don't you explain to her, Morris, just how much you care about my mother?
For Christ's sake, Nate. He's her husband.
He's walking out on her, got it?
So maybe they had a fight. What? You think they're too old to fight?
He doesn't want her anymore. He wants to leave her here with us.
It can't be true.
I just want to get one thing straight, Morris. Are you divorcing my mother or dumping her?
Oh my God.
Stop it, Nate.
You heard an answer? I didn't hear him answer the question.
It wasn't a question.
I'm old. I'm tired.
She's your wife, Morris. You love her. I know you love her.
Oh, yeah.
You think I want to do this? You think this is what I want to do?
You still haven't answered me, Morris. Divorce or dump? Which is it?
I tell you, I cannot take care. You know this.
Oh, please, Morris. We'll work it out.
He dumps her here so he can start a new life. He's probably dating already. I bet he's got a girlfriend.
At 87? This man is speaking nonsense.
I'm calling a lawyer. We're going to take every last dime you got.
What is there to take? I have nothing.
Oh, and you weren't thinking of selling that silver.
Hello? Hello? Did you miss me?
Most terrible.
And you're looking better than ever.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
You want something to drink? I can bring out some noshes.
Oh, isn't it cute the way she talks Yiddish?
Nosh is like standard English, Ma.
Oh, so adorable, your little shiksa.
Susan.
What about Susan?
I just wanted to make sure you remembered her name.
Why wouldn't I remember her name?
Exactly. You're as sharp as ever, Ma.
So what can I get you, Ev?
A new body, a new mind, and $1 million.
That's my Evelyn.
You're so funny, Ev. You could be the new Joan Ripper.
Really? You know what? I'll take $2 million and keep the body. Morris likes mine just the way it is, don't you, Poopsie?
Oh, yes, Poopsie. I would say it's much finer than fine.
Isn't he the sweetest man you've ever met?
Yeah, real sweet, Ma.
And where's your sweater? It will be cold tonight.
Oh, you can keep me warm, can't you?
Yeah, I will do my best.
Promise? So, how's my little grandbaby?
Mom, Daniel's in college, a freshman at Penn.
I know, I talked to him the other day.
Really? On the phone? You talked to Daniel on the phone?
Isn't that how people talk?
It's just that he usually just texts us.
Yeah.
Grandmas get special treatment.
And how did he sound? Did he sound okay?
He sounded wonderful, like every girl's dreamboat. I bet he's already broken 1,000 hearts.
Ma, you do know Daniel's in engineering.
So, engineers don't have girlfriends?
Not so much.
And he's so shy and awkward. I just hope he isn't too lonely, miserable all by himself. I'm just gonna
Susan.
call him right now. What? Just a short text.
Well, I don't care what you say. My boy's a charmer. Some engineers are. I dated an engineer once, Elliot Seymour. Such a wonderful dancer. But what really turned Elliot on...
Oh, really, Ma?
Brooklyn, GW, the Triborough. Every time we went out, we had to drive over a bridge, or walk over a bridge, or just stare at a bridge. I was afraid he'd bore me to death, and one day I'd jump off a bridge.
Yeah, thank God this was not to be.
Morris, your shirt, it has a stain as big as a truck. Not to eat that. I don't want you to look like an old man who dribbles all over his shirt.
So then I'm to look like an old man who does not dribble?
A clean shirt, is that too much to ask?
Apparently.
So what can I get you guys from the fridge?
Something for Morris that won't leave a stain.
He doesn't want anything, Ma.
Well, don't be silly. How could you know what my Morris wants?
Because he's leaving, Ma. He's not staying for dinner.
Remember, we did talk about this in the car ride up from Maryland?
You'll have an iced tea. Oh, you look a little low. Susan, do you have any pineapple? Morris needs some pineapple.
No, remember the very serious conversation we had in the car?
About your sugar?
No, my sugar, it's fine.
I should have been a doctor the way I take such good care of you.
Oh, my mother, the doctor.
Nate.
You know, I've always loved this yard. It's so pretty and green. And there's that pear tree we planted when you were born. Oh, Bernie dug the hole all by himself. It was just a sapling then, a small sapling. And now look at it. Amazing.
It grew like me.
So 2 iced teas coming up. You want anything, Nate?
You don't have to play waitress.
Someone has to. And if we don't have any of the powdered stuff, I'll have to boil the water, then let the tea steep.
Please, God, let there be powder.
What's the matter? You got Shapilkus? Be back in a second.
Spilkus. So funny to hear a shiksa speak Jewish.
Ma, you know Susan converted after we got married. She even joined Hadassah.
Oh, I used to be big in Hadassah. They almost made me president.
Ah, you would have made a wonderful president.
President Evelyn.
Yeah, it would have been amazing. So, Ma, you got any idea what day it is?
Don't you know?
I forgot.
It's the day after yesterday, the day before tomorrow.
Okay. And the president, who's the president?
What difference does it make?
I'm just asking.
You think I care? Oh, all these politicians, they're all alike. With their hands out asking for money, all they care about is getting reelected. And their egos and the sex, what they won't do.
You got it, Ma. So who is it anyway? The president?
Of the Pikesville Hadassah? What do you care?
The country. I meant president of the country. Why would I be asking you about Hadassah?
Well, you're the one who brought up Hadassah. You know, I raised thousands and thousands of dollars for them. Remember that dinner they made just for me? All those speeches and everyone saying such nice things about me? I felt so elegant in that black gown with the plunging neckline. If you're lucky, maybe someday you'll be honored like that. Or don't you kids do any charity work?
I wish I had the time.
Yeah, it's never too late to become a charitable person. And I believe you will be learning much about charity now.
Mom, you do know what Morris is talking about, don't you? Morris wants to leave you here with us. He wants us to take care of you.
Well, that's ridiculous. Then who'll take care of him?
Why should anyone have to?
Because he's old. He's sick.
Don't worry, he's one tough old guy.
He's dying.
What's wrong?
Well, what can be right? I mean, he's old.
But are you sick?
The truth, Bernie. Tell them the truth.
Bernie?
About your pancreas?
Ah, Evelyn, my love, I'm not dying of the pancreatic cancer, and I'm not Bernie.
Oh, I know. And how many times do you call me Rose?
Yeah, it is a terrible thing to lose your mind, to lose who you are.
So it's not your pancreas, it's your prostate. You've got prostate cancer.
Every man of 87 has problems with his prostate.
But is it cancer?
What does it matter? Your mother, she's the one you need to worry about.
So you say, but she seems okay to me.
She's not. Many times she's like a child. If she sees me leave, she will cry. She will scream. And I think it would be best if you could distract her for one moment.
I think you've got this all the way out of proportion. She's fine.
Yeah, now maybe, but you will see. So please, I beg you.
Okay. Hey, Mom, come look at the flowers. See what we did in the garden.
Oh, show Morris. He's the gardener.
You are right. I am tired. I am thirsty. I will wait here for my iced tea.
Come on, Ma. Let's look at the flowers.
Go, Poopsie, go. Look at the flowers.
But I hate dirt and worms. And why should I bother? My Mars is such a wonderful gardener. All your flowers, I feel like I'm in paradise.
Paradise.
Talk the flowers, Ma. I just want
Nathan, please.
Sorry, Ma. I just want to talk to you. 1 second, alone, me and you. Got it? No Morris.
It would kill you to be nice to him.
For Christ's sake, we're just going to go to the other side of the yard.
You can't be nice?
Poopsie, do not worry about my feelings. Go with your son.
No, it's important. He has to learn.
Oh, please, Ma.
I'm waiting.
Morris, would you mind terribly if I spoke to my mother alone?
No, not at all.
Always such a gentleman, my Morris.
Amazing.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, there's no need to rush, my love.
What a guy. Come on, Mom.
Drinks, anyone? Oh, where did they run off to?
I must be leaving now.
Oh, please don't. Besides, you've got to be thirsty sitting out here in this heat.
I will road.
Don't be silly. Drink something before you go. What did I tell you? It hit the spot, didn't it?
Yeah. Thank you. It was most delicious. And now, while Evelyn is not looking, I will say goodbye.
I have some pineapple.
No, this is most kind of you, Susan, but I have...
Evelyn wasn't wrong, was she? When she said your sugar was low.
Yeah, you cannot take as the truth everything that she says.
So you don't have diabetes? You're telling me she made that all up?
No, it's nothing.
Diet controlled or insulin dependent?
Short, such a serious...
And how is your memory?
It is too good. I mean, for breakfast this morning, I had cashew cereal with a banana. And on the way up here, I paid $3.59 a gallon for gas. Now, I remember everything, including many things I want very much to forget. And now...
Are you okay? You just seem so, I don't know.
How should I seem? I should be singing and dancing. I'm 87. My wife, she's losing her mind. And my life, it is winding down. It is coming to an end.
Sad. You seem sad.
Yeah, it's most difficult to say goodbye.
But you really don't have to, not like you're catching a plane.
The longer I stay, the harder it will become. And then I will not be able to leave at all.
Well, you've had a long drive up and it's getting late. You'll just have to spend the night.
I've been driving for many years without seeing well the road.
You're damn lucky you haven't killed yourself.
Damned. Yes. Lucky.
Look, we got plenty of room here. It might take some adjusting, but I'm sure we can work it out.
No, this is not something that can be worked out.
I'll help you take care of Evelyn. You'll have free time, freedom to do whatever you want.
To do what? There's nothing I want to do.
Some garden. I've seen prettier flowers by the side of the road.
Oh, you didn't have to step on them.
Morris will help you. Tell them what to plant.
No, another time, my poopsie. You've had a long day already, and now I must go.
Exactly where are you going, Morris?
I'll get my pocketbook.
Oh, Mom, you're not going with him.
Oh, yes, I am.
You just drove all the way up. You just got here.
You don't want to go anywhere, not tonight.
My love, you do not want to come with me. We talked, remember? About this drive I must take alone.
Let him go, Ma. We don't need him.
Well, maybe you don't, but I do. I need my poopsie.
Evelyn, you got to stay at least for the weekend.
You will see. You will be fine here without me.
But you still haven't said where you're going, Morris.
Doesn't matter.
Nate!
It's not important where I go.
Then stay here. Stay here with us.
No, I must to go.
I can't stay without my Morris.
But he doesn't want you.
Nate, please.
Oh, you just don't like him. You've never liked my Morris.
I like him fine, Ma, but he's dumping you. He wants to dump you here with us.
Oh, my God.
I don't know, Ma. Sounded a lot like that to me.
Dump?
My poopsie, you must know that I love you. I would never...
I love you.
Are you sure this is what you want?
No one is going anywhere tonight.
I don't know. Morris seems pretty determined.
But Morris can't drive all by himself. Where he goes, I go.
He shouldn't be driving at all, not at night.
He'll be fine.
Morris needs me. I read all the signs and tell him what the other cars are doing.
Excuse me?
Morris can't see the road at night, but he doesn't have to when I'm with him.
You can't do that.
It may sound unorthodox, but we find it is a good arrangement.
I'm the eyes and Morris is the brain.
But that's so dangerous.
Dangerous. It's suicidal.
We manage. We've done it many times this way before.
That's
Together.
gotta be the dumbest, most asinine, moronic.
Ain't!
Just calling it the way I see it, Ma.
He's just saying that because he's worried sick about you.
Yeah, he's a good boy, your Nathan. It doesn't mean to.
Fuck you.
That does it. I am not staying here 1 second longer.
Oh, Evelyn, please. Nate, say something.
Sure. You want to go, Ma? Be my guest.
I never. Oh, how could you? I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
Oh, Pupsy, please, my love.
That went well.
I tell them to go. Did I make them leave?
No, but you can still stop them.
Right.
You can at least try.
I don't see how.
Just go, Nate, now.
Okay. Oh, Susan.
What? I'm not.
Liar.
Just a text. A text is not a call.
But 10 texts a day. You got to leave him alone.
10?
You got to face it. Daniel's gone.
Gone. He's not gone. God forbid, my
What I
dad.
mean.
They're the ones gone.
You got that right. And damn, I could use a glass of wine.
You didn't even try.
Oh, I tried. I just failed. That's all. You want?
You don't have to sound so happy.
What did you want me to do? Lie down in front of their car?
I want you to stop being such a child for once. Like,
Their call, and now this boy is going to have a glass of wine. Do you want?
no thanks.
Sure.
Very.
It's a very nice Pinot Grigio.
No, Nate.
I get it. You're staying sober so you can take a run.
A run.
Why not?
In the dark.
It's not that dark.
Dark enough.
So we'll go together. I'll be the eyes. You'll be the brain.
That is so not funny.
Oh, come on. You don't think a little maybe in a sick kind of way.
Nate, she's your mother.
And I finally get it. She wants to be with him. That's what she wants.
We should call the police.
And tell them what? There's an old man driving around who can't see worth shit.
Aren't you even a little worried?
Look, they got up here just fine, didn't they? They'll probably pull over somewhere, find a hotel, an inn. They're not going to drive all the way back home tonight. They're mad, but they're not stupid.
So that's your plan, to do nothing.
There's nothing to do.
Nothing at all.
Well, if you're going to put it that way, let me think. Beautiful night, alone, under the stars, with the love of my life. I'm sure I can come up with something.
I don't think so.
Where are you going?
I'm so not in the mood.
You want to go inside? We'll go inside.
I'm seeing someone.
What the fuck?
Since Daniel left to help me deal with...
Help you? Help you how?
To see things, to figure out what I want.
I can't help you see things?
He's the therapist.
Oh, therapist, great.
Nate, I'm seeing a therapist as a patient.
Oh.
I've got stuff on my mind, issues, like...
You all have issues.
I know.
So you're seeing a therapist.
It's been good.
Great.
Maybe you should try it sometime.
Any of these issues you've got, do you have names?
Names?
Or is it all a big secret?
No, it's just, I don't know what I want to do anymore.
Well, the world's full of former teachers. If you don't want to go back to the classroom,
it's not just work.
You can do anything. You're amazing.
I've been home so long. All the new technology, the new standards, and the kids. I wouldn't even know how to talk to them. I feel like such a relic. Useless, out of touch, so goddamn old.
You're not old. You look great. You look beautiful.
But middle-aged. Don't tell me I'm not middle-aged.
Oh, Suze.
And to do something else, how would I even start? No one wants a middle-aged woman who's been driving carpool for 18 years.
I do.
Oh, Nate, stop.
No, I mean it. I really do. I love you, Suze. And if you don't want to go back to work, it's okay too. I just want you to be happy.
I know, but
it would be cool if you could be working again. We could travel. Hey, we could go back to Paris. Remember that little hotel on the left bank with that elevator that clanged all night and the cranky concierge?
I bet it closed years ago.
What was it? The Hotel Saint Jacques, St. George, St. Irving.
Definitely St. Irving.
Saint something for sure.
We'll never find it.
So we'll stay somewhere else with a cheerful concierge and a room that you don't have to walk into sideways. Just think, walking along the Seine at night, croissants, pastries,
chocolates,
lovers kissing on the bridges, in the parks, bistros.
Oh, Nate.
I just need to know these issues. Is it me?
You?
Us?
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo!
Oh,
I
They're
guess
back?
they're okay.
oh, what a relief.
Oh, yeah.
Bernie, my sweetheart.
Nate, I'm Nate.
Nate? Oh, don't be ridiculous. Such a lovely deck. Is it new?
Come on, Ma. You know it's not you.
You don't have to yell. All I know is we should have done this years ago, Bernie. Why did we wait so long? You know how I hate wet grass.
Evelyn,
Yes, dear.
you okay?
Of course I'm okay. I'm wonderful.
We were so worried. The two of you driving around in the dark, your system.
No, the
you know,
dark, this was not a problem. It was not a matter of the eyesight.
It does help though, you know, if you can actually see the road.
Whatever happened to that little pear tree we planted when Nate was born?
It grew like me.
Oh,
So what happened? Did you get lost?
No, we just run out of gasoline. I mean, a nice young lady, a neighbor of yours, she stops and brings us back.
You got lost?
You ran out of gas? Well, you know, Nate, it happens to everyone.
Yeah, I should have stopped. This is true. At a service station, but tonight, what can I say? I lose my head.
Oh, it's perfectly understandable.
Tonight, I'm not thinking about the tank. There's another car right behind us, and the bright headlights are shining right in our eyes, and it's going much too fast. And my Evelyn, she said she's getting a headache from their lights.
Are you sure you're okay?
I want to know what happened to my pear tree.
It just grew, Ev.
My back, it is aching from being so long behind the wheel. So we turn onto a quiet road where there's no traffic, not one other car on the road.
That's pretty deserted around here, especially at night. You're lucky someone stopped.
It is the most beautiful road I've ever seen. We hear the crickets outside making their little chirping noises. There are no houses, no stores, no restaurants, just trees, and it's perfect for our purpose.
Remember, Bernie? We planted that pear tree when Nate was born, but we never did get any pears.
No pears.
There are many old trees on both sides of the road, and these trees, they're so heavy with leaves. I mean, they cover the road like a canopy over the bed.
Make it sound like the road's outside Paris.
Enough about Paris.
Yeah, your Nate is right, Susan. For 1 second, this is what I am thinking. France, where my Evelyn and I are going when we are first married, when we visit the castles and the walled cities, and where for $1 we get 5 francs.
Let's go to Paris. I want to go to Paris.
No, my poopsie, not now, not us. But you children should travel now, before you're too old to enjoy.
Right? While we can still remember to fill up.
Too bad we can't afford it.
So you should wait until you have the money, but not the mind, not the body.
That makes a good point.
So you guys are going to stay here tonight?
No, do not put yourself to any trouble, please. A gallon of gasoline, and we will be on our way. We have yet to finish the trip.
But not tonight. It's much too late.
Where'd you leave your car anyway?
Ah, yes, I will tell you. Now, the road is very dark, and it makes many turns. I take Evelyn's hand in mine so that she will not be afraid as we go around the turns to the end. Yes, she says, I'm not afraid now. But the turns, they're very sharp. There's a right turn and a left turn. It's like an endless S. And then your mother says to roll the windows down. She loves to feel the wind in her hair.
You do, Ma? The wind in your hair?
Oh, yes. I love to go fast.
Ah, Poopsie, I said. You're so smart to think of this. It will make us feel young, like teenagers. It will be good to feel young one more time before the end. So I open the windows. Ah, she says, wee. I have not so much hair, but I can feel the wind too on my head. And then I begin to drive faster and faster and faster still. I say, this is it, my Poopsie. And my hand, she squeezes even tighter.
That sounds so dangerous.
Especially when you can't even see.
Oh, I can see. I see we are going fast, very fast. And then I see ahead of us a tree. Ah, yes, it's a perfect tree. A tree that would have been already a good size when I came to this country. And now it is tremendous. I head straight for the tree. Brace yourself, Poopsie, I say. It will be all over soon. Yes, she says.
No, no.
With the windows open, it feels like we are flying, like we are as fast as the wind. But we're not flying. Maybe at first we are going fast, but then we begin to go slower and slower. Then right in front of the tree, we stop. No gas.
Oh my God.
Mom, are you okay?
Whatever happened to that pear tree? You know, the one we planted when Nate was born?
You're okay?
Didn't chop it down, did you?
No, Ma.
I think we should go to the emergency room, get you both checked out.
No, do you see blood? Do you see bruises? Bones that are broken? I mean, a car runs out of gas. This is an emergency?
When you're aiming for a tree, it is.
He's got a point.
Ah, a gas station, that's what I need. 1 gallon of gas, nothing more.
I'm starving. What have you got to eat?
Mom, are you sure you're okay? Anything hurt?
My stomach hurts. I'm starving.
Anyone for some wine?
Are you crazy?
Oh, yes, thank you, darling.
Hey, please, not.
Are you quite sure, Poopsie? A glass tonight?
Oh, don't be such a party pooper.
Nate.
And you'll have one. Susan, would you mind?
You want me to go inside for 2 more glasses?
You want some wine, don't you, Morris?
Unless there's something stronger. I mean, I would not mind something stronger. Schnapps?
We've got scotch. Get him a scotch.
The hospital. We're taking them to the hospital.
Right.
When?
When they're ready.
And when's that? After you get them sloshed?
I'm just softening them up a bit, helping them relax. Don't worry, Suze. Hey, if you guys want, I could throw some more hot dogs on the grill.
You better be right.
But don't burn them. You know I hate burnt hot dogs.
And I do not mind. In fact, that is the way I prefer them to be.
Why don't you come with me, Evelyn? We've got plenty of noshes inside while the hot dogs are cooking.
Isn't it cute the way she speaks Yiddish?
Adorable, Ma.
I'll bring out some noshes for you guys too. Come on, Ev, let's go.
Thanks, Suze. So, Morris, you'll have something to drink, something to eat, and then we'll figure out what to do.
A gallon of gas. This is so hard to figure.
But it's so late. You don't want to go anywhere tonight.
Yeah, it's been such a long day. This is true. And I'm so very tired. Yes, but yes, I would like to go back to my tree and finish what I started.
Morris, no, you don't want to do that.
It's not what I want. It's what's left for me to want.
You're not thinking clearly. You need to talk to someone.
Yeah, you think this is something I decided today? In the car up from Maryland with your mother? No, there's nothing here for me.
Not even her?
She's still a beautiful woman, your mother. And I love her. But her mind...
What about your daughter, your grandchildren?
Well, they will not miss me. I mean, they will be happy to see the insurance money that I will leave them.
You don't believe that.
You would not want to take a trip to Paris? All expenses
Not
paid?
this way.
But Paris?
Look, Morris, I know we haven't exactly been close. I've been, a pain, a real shit at times, and it was stupid, and I'm sorry, but the truth is, Morris, you're not a bad guy.
This is very good to hear. Not a bad guy. Yeah, I thank you for this.
And I really do appreciate how good you've been to her. I mean, without you, Morris, all these years she would have been alone and miserable, and I hate to think what would have been, what she would have done. God knows she doesn't make it easy. I mean, even before, when she was all there, she wasn't all there.
Yeah, but this is her charm. This is what makes my Poopsie a woman so very easy to love.
That Poopsie business, I know I've been an idiot to let it get to me, but it's just...
I'm sorry that it embarrasses. I mean, I say to Evelyn, we should not. I mean, in front of you, But your mother, she thinks it is funny to see your face turn red. It is good, she says, for him to know his old mother still likes a good shtup.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's not okay that I never say to you that you are a good man, that you've been a good son to your mother and a good father to your Daniel.
thanks. This is nice, isn't it? Us talking, really talking.
Yeah, most certainly.
Okay, so now that we understand each other, tell me you won't.
No,
No, you won't do it?
no,
Look, I know it's hard, but you're not alone. We can help.
no, I'm sorry, but I must still
Please,
get back.
Morris.
As a friend, as a man who's not a bad guy, I beg you, do not stop.
And what about her? She doesn't need to go with you.
It is much better that she goes while still a woman, not a child, not a body in a bed that needs to be cleaned and fed.
Better for her or better for you?
Yeah, for everyone.
You just want her with you. I don't think she's the only one who's scared of those turns.
That's nonsense.
Is it?
Such a lovely day.
Years, Ma. We've had it for years.
You don't have to yell.
That's okay, my poopsie.
I hope you guys are still hungry and thirsty. Wine all around?
What about the scotch?
Uh-huh.
The man said he wanted scotch.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, Morris.
No, it's no problem. I'll be happy with the wine.
Sure, because we definitely got some.
Nice to see the two of you getting along so well.
Oh, yes, most famously.
So Nate's talked you out of your crazy.
Yeah, he's been most kind.
Good. So after we eat, we'll go to the hospital.
That's not what he means.
Tomorrow?
No.
But Nate,
I tried. I really tried.
Morris, there are drugs, doctors. You don't have to suffer. You can be cured.
Of old age?
Depression. There's so much to live for. This life is...
Let me tell you a story, Susan. After Hitler came to power, life was very hard. My parents said we must leave Germany, but my grandparents refused. We're too old, my Opa says. We cannot start all over again. My parents do not know what to do. They cannot leave Opa and Oma. Then one day, Opa and Oma turn the gas on. They lie down in their own bed and go to sleep together.
Oh, awful.
To die in your own bed together, this is awful.
It's not the same.
This enemy that is not a Nazi,
Nazis?
it will not kill me.
Nazis here?
No, Evelyn, there are no Nazis here.
Don't you get it? It's not so different.
Yeah, I'm surprised how well you understand.
Right, because he doesn't want to take care of her.
Give me a little credit.
And you think we want to be taken care of? You think that is what I want?
It wouldn't be so bad. There could be some hidden pleasures that you
So
might...
hidden, he'll never find them.
Yeah, Nate understands. This is not the life for me.
But just hold on a second. Think about it. You aim for a tree and miss. Doesn't that change everything? Maybe there's a reason you're still here. I mean, fate has a funny way of working things.
I lived through Auschwitz and the nightmare still. And you talk to me of fate?
I'm just saying, of all the times you ran out of gas.
A man is ready to go. He has had enough. He's tired. What kind of God is it that stops an old man's car and lets all his ovens burn?
And you are? I'm just saying it's something to think about. If it's not meant to be, then...
A gallon of gas.
At least wait until the morning.
No, tonight. I must go tonight.
Look, if Morris wants to take a drive tonight, then we...
But it's so dark.
Ah, Poopsie, it's okay. You will be safe with me.
Are you sure you want to go with Morris, Ma?
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Susan, please let me handle this.
Stop screaming. I hate screaming.
Now look what you did.
Ah, Poopsie, do not worry.
Poopsie. My name's not Poopsie.
Evelyn, please. You know Poopsie for 23 years. We call each other Poopsie.
I want Bernie.
Ma, come on, Ma. That's Morris, your husband.
You're tired, Evelyn, exhausted. Why don't you come upstairs and go to sleep?
No, Susan, she's coming with me. We are leaving now.
No, you can't. You leave this house, I call the police.
The police! Oh my God, she's calling the police!
Happy now?
I'm sorry, Evelyn. I didn't mean to get you all upset.
Oh no.
Evelyn? Evelyn? What is it now?
I don't want to say.
Ugh, verdammt. Why must you do this tonight?
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Ma.
No, it's not okay. It is not okay, not tonight.
Don't tell them.
Tell us what?
Nate, I don't think we need to know.
Evelyn has had an accident. Yes, it is unbelievable, unbearable that such things can happen.
An accident?
Yes, Nate, an accident.
Oh.
Yeah, now perhaps you understand.
She just had too much excitement tonight, you know, with the wine and it being so late.
Oh, I see.
Do you? Do you see now what my life has become?
Evelyn had an accident. It happens to lots of women.
She will want to change, and then she will want to put on her new dress, and then she will change her mind again and again.
I have so many pretty dresses.
She will fight me every step of the way. It's like a difficult child. Now you must change out of those wet clothes.
You can't tell me what to do.
Good. Do not change your clothes. Let us leave right now, but for God's sakes, do not whine to me in the car that you're so uncomfortable.
It's okay. I'll take you upstairs, Evelyn. I will help you.
Oh, but Bernie wants me to go.
Now she's like a child who every day is becoming younger. I'm supposed to say it does not matter. It's no trouble to bathe and change her. Soon I will be feeding her. And for all this, she calls me Bernie. Bernie, she calls me.
How about I fix your hair, Ev, and your makeup?
No, this is not the time for makeup, Susan. You cannot make this nice and pretty like a fairy tale for children.
There's always time for makeup, right, Ev?
Yes, makeup. And I need to fix my makeup.
Evelyn, my poopsie, you do not need makeup. You are beautiful, just the way you are.
Oh, Bernie.
So, that's settled then. Nate, will you take us to our car?
Are you sure you don't want to change? You don't want to freshen up?
I don't know.
No, there's no need, Poopsie. Come, we go now.
Ow! That hurt. You hurt me.
I'm so sorry, my little Poopsie. I did not mean to hurt you.
Hands. These are old lady hands.
No. They're beautiful hands. Not to worry, my Poopsie.
You just need a manicure, that's all. Let me do your nails.
Oh, my God, Susan. No manicure, no makeup.
But I want a manicure. I need a manicure.
Not now. We need to go, meine Liebe.
With those nails? I don't think so. What color do you want?
Red. I love red.
Then red it is. The redder, the better.
This is not for you, meine Liebe, to be dressed up like a doll. No. Look at me. I am your Morris, your Poopsie. You will change, and then we will go together with dignity.
But I want to get my nails done. Oh, and my hair.
Ach, we must stop her. You're Susan. She thinks she's helping, but she's really helping herself. She's giving herself a purpose, someone to care for.
Or maybe I'm just listening to fate. A car stops before a tree and...
You don't need her to go with you. She doesn't have to go with you.
And tomorrow morning, she might feel better. Not back to who she was, but better.
That would be nice.
No. My God. Nein. Do not make me go alone. I want you should come with me, please. Please, meine Liebe.
Good night, Ma.
Well, I'm not going to sleep now. I'm just getting my hair done and my nails.
I know, but it might be a while before you see Morris again.
Are you going somewhere?
Yes, my Poopsie.
But you don't have to, Morris. You don't have to go anywhere. Not tonight, not ever. You can always.
Good night, my Poopsie.
Say good night, Ma.
Okay, then good night. Good night, Morris.
Morris.
Yes, Morris, that is your name.
Yes, my Poopsie. It is.
Come with me, Evelyn. We'll go inside.
Susan's right, you know. You don't have to go, you know. You can still stay here tonight.
Schnapps. Would it be too much to ask? That drink we talked about before? If I could have it now?
You want some schnapps?
If it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
You can cut.